What up? What up? What up? This your boy Big Tight with Tighten Up Sports, man. Shit, I know it's early, but wake y'all ass up, man. Hey, it's time to get up and get it, baby. Hey, grab your hot chocolate, your coffee, whatever you do when you get up in the morning. Smoke your Newport, roll you a blunt, whatever you do to get yourself going in the morning. Get your ass up, and you always know, tighten your ass up, and let's get up and go. Let's get it, baby. Hey, first thing I want to do before I get started with anything, man, I want to give a shout out and prayers to the Kimbe Matumbo family, man. That was a big that was big news yesterday, man. I was sorry to hear that, man. I remember Matumbo because I'm from Georgia. I remember when Matumbo was with Atlanta. I remember when he was with AI when they had that finals against the Lakers when Shaq was elbowing him in the lip, eye, nose, bleeding, everything. But hey, Makembe Tumbo, he didn't back down though. And you know back then Shaq was in his prime, boy. He was a beast back then. He was damn near unstoppable. But Matumbo was sticking in there with him, man. Even though he was catching them bowls, he still was standing there with him, goddamn. Hey, but hey, Matumbo, he was known for blocking them shots, but he'll block them shots and then hit you with that finger. No, no. Don't bring your ass back in here with that weak shit. Hey, Tumbo used to be smacking that shit to the back, boy. Smack that shit to the stands. That motherfucker blocking that shit. Don't come up in here with that weak shit. But what used to be the most memorable thing for me, man, with Matumbo, man, with his interviews, man, after the game when they be talking to him, if he had, a good game, block shot, rebound, or whatever, man, that shit used to be fucking hilarious when he used to start talking, man. They started talking to Matumbo. Yes, Matumbo. You had a great game today. How did you feel out there? How you feel you did? Well, first of all, yeah, yeah, but, yeah, cookie, goo goo gaga, cookie. Yeah, boy, that boy, that boy Matumbo used to be sound like the Cookie Monster. That motherfucker, cookie. Yeah, oh yeah, I did go with the block. Oh yeah, cookie. Yeah, man. But shout out to your boy. But Tubbo, boy, his goddamn interviews be fucking hilarious, boy. His voice most definitely didn't match his goddamn body, boy. Once again, shout out to old Matumbo, man. All the good memories, all that, man. But yeah, man, let's get into what we came here to do today, man. We're gonna get into the waiver wire, some waiver wire pickups for week 5 that y'all probably could use for your lineups. All y'all that's into the fantasy football like I am. First of all, we're gonna get into the injuries, man. First of all, Anthony Richardson, he went out of the game with a hip injury, but what they're saying is he might be available to play next week, so y'all might want to keep an eye on that. But he is dealing with a hip injury right now, and Christian Watson with the Packers, he's dealing with a high ankle sprain. Uh, that dude, man, he just had bad luck, man. It's like every fucking year he get hurt, something wrong with him, man. So he most definitely gonna be out for a couple of weeks with that high ankle sprain. Also, Taysom Hill with the New Orleans Saints, he's got a abdomen injury, so he's expected to be out for anybody that was using Taysom Hill like at tight end position and stuff. You want to try to look for you somebody else, but I'll give you a couple of people you probably could pick up later on in the show once I get to the tight ends. And Rasheed Rice, receiver for Kansas City Chiefs, man, he's got a torn ACL, so he's out for the season, man. And shit, speaking of Kansas City, they getting hit with the injury bug, man. Rasheed White go out, Hollywood Brown, he already hurt. Pacheco, the running back, he hurt. So with them, man, oh shit, man. Travis Kelsey, he'll probably start getting more targets with those guys out. So look for Travis Kelsey. If you got him in your lineup, look for him to, start getting more targets with those guys out, man. And then my last person I want to get to is Jonathan Taylor, man. He's also dealing with a high ankle sprain. He went out of the game and he didn't come back. So you most definitely want to keep an eye on that. And first thing we're gonna get to as far as with the waiver wire pickups, man, we're gonna go to the quarterbacks first. And the first person I want to get to, man, is Andy Dalton, man. He's been pretty hot, man. These first two games that he's played with the Panthers, man. He's thrown five touchdowns and he has almost 550-yard passing in two games, man. So if he's in your waiver in your league, man, he's most definitely a guy you want to pick up, especially with this is the first bye week for certain teams, and I'll get into that as far as the teams who's got bye weeks. Second quarterback you want to try to use if he's available in your league. Some people might have already snatched him up, but they say he's still available in 41% of leagues of fantasy football leagues out there. Justin Fields, man, he's been doing pretty good with Pittsburgh, and he's got a matchup coming up with the Cowboys. So with the Cowboys got the injury bug also, man. With Lawrence, he's gonna be out for a while, and your boy Parsons, he's gonna be out for a couple of weeks with that high ankle sprain. So it's probably going to be pretty tough with the Cowboys trying to get pressure on Fields. So Fields probably have a decent game against those Cowboys this week. So Fields, he's a guy that you can pick up if he's available in your league. Next, the hot man, your boy Sam Darnold, man. He is balling out there with Minnesota, man. Right now, it's hard to believe, man, but it says he's available in 61% of leagues right now, which is crazy. But if he's available in your league, you most definitely want to pick him up, man, because he's been throwing. He's been averaging like 3, 4 fucking touchdowns a game, man. So he's most definitely somebody y'all want to pick up. But this week coming up, he's got a pretty tough matchup with the Jets. But you never count him out, with those weapons he got, especially with Jefferson, man. It don't. I don't give a fuck who Jefferson playing. That boy get open, man. I don't give a fuck. Ain't nobody shutting him down. Double team, triple team, that boy still getting open. You know what I'm saying? Hey, goddamn, Waffle House 7-Eleven, he always open. Um, Another quarterback you can look at is Joe Flacco. In which I said earlier, man, that's with you have to look at that with Anthony Richardson going out with that hip. They say he questionable for the game. He might be able to play, but if he doesn't, Joe Flacco is most definitely somebody you want to try to pick up. He's pretty much available in everybody's league. He's got a matchup against the Jaguars this weekend. They got a lot of fucking injuries on their team, period. So Joe Flacco is somebody that you can pick up in your leagues. And last quarterback I want to get to, which was surprising to me, Khalid Williams with Chicago Bears. He's somebody you can also pick up. He's available in 65% of leagues, and he's got a decent matchup coming up against the Carolina Panthers this week. So those are your quarterbacks on the waiver wire that you can look to pick up. Um, Also, I want to get on the bye week also before I get too far, man. This is the first bye week for teams, and this week the bye weeks are Detroit Lions. So you got anybody in the lineup with Detroit Lions? David Montgomery, Jason Williams, Amon St. Brown, Jabari Gibbs. You probably want to some people you want to try to look at on the waiver wire, which I'll be getting into the running backs next. Somebody you might want to look at. The Titans, they got a bye week, so Tony Pollard, Levis, which I know if you're using Levis, you out your goddamn mind because he ain't been doing he ain't really been doing shit. The Eagles, they're on the bye week. And I know AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, they're hurt, but they got with this bye week. They're saying that after the bye week, both of them should be back after the bye week. So they're on bye week this week. And if you got Saquon Barkley, you want to try to look for somebody to replace him also. Last is the Chargers. They're on bye week also. So if you're fucking with Justin Herbert, J.K. Dobbins, somebody like that, the receiver they got Johnson. You probably want to look for somebody to pick up in the place of those guys. All right, moving along, man. We're gonna get into the running backs. Some running backs that you probably could try to pick up, especially if you one of those, if you got one of those running backs on one of those teams I just talked about with the bye week, man. First of all, Kareem Hunt, with the Kansas City Chiefs, man. Last week, this last game, man, uh he had at least 16 touches in that game. So you see his touches are improving. They're going up, especially with these guys getting hurt. So Kareem Hunt, he's a good guy to catch the ball out of the backfield. So look for his touches to probably go up with these injuries. And he's got a matchup with the Saints coming up. So yeah, look for him to start getting more touches, especially catching out of the backfield with Pacheco hurt. Somebody else you want to look at is with Tampa Bay running back Bucky Irvin. He's averaging at least 10 touches a game, so that's somebody you could probably get maybe to put in your flex or somebody to probably replace one of your running backs, till they come back after the bye week. Another running back you want to look at is Cincinnati Bengals running back Chase Brown. He's very explosive, and they use him, with different things. So, and he's been getting a pretty good, decent amount of touches along with Zach Moss. So Chase Brown is another person you want to try to look at in your waiver wire. And also my main person, my tighten up person as far as with the running backs, man, is Trey Sermon, man, with Jonathan Taylor with a high ankle sprain, and he's probably going to be out for a couple of weeks. Trey Sermon, the running back for the Indianapolis Colts, you most definitely want to try to pick him up because he's going to get the volume. He's going to get the volume to carries with Jonathan Taylor sideline for a couple of weeks, man. So that's your running backs. We're gonna go next. We're gonna go into the wide receivers, man. With the wide receivers, top wide receiver that you want to pick up right now is Carolina Panther receiver Xavier Leggett. This past game with Adam Thielen out, he had a total of 10 targets in that game. So his target shares are most definitely going up with Adam Thielen going out. He's been hurt for a couple of weeks, so that's somebody you most definitely want to try to get, if he's in your waiver in your league. Next person is Wendell Robinson with the Giants. Now this guy, he's most definitely getting a lot of fucking targets, man. He's had 38 targets in 4 fucking games, man. This dude he is getting targets, man. His only problem is he getting a lot of short targets, side shit in the sideline, quick slant, quick out. So he not with him is he getting the target, but with him is more yards after the catch. But he getting the volume, so that's somebody you can pick up if he's in your league. Next person is Green Bay wide receiver Dontavion Weeks. I hope I pronounced that right. He had this past game against the Vikings, man. He had a total of 13 fucking targets last week, so his target shares most definitely went up, especially with Christian Watson with him getting hurt and him gonna be sidelined for a little bit. So that's somebody you most definitely want to look at right now. And somebody else you want to look at, wide receiver with the Raiders. His name is Trey Tucker. He's somebody you can look at that's probably gonna get some. His target share is gonna go up, especially with Devontae Adams being sidelined. So Trey Tucker, wide receiver with the Raiders. That's somebody you want to look at also. Last receiver I got that you want to look at that's most definitely gonna get more involved in the Chiefs offense is Juju Smith-Schuster. With those receivers getting hurt, especially with Ray Rice and Hollywood Brown is out, Juju Houston most definitely should get his target share should most definitely go up. With those guys being out, he'll most definitely get the more short intermediate passes along with Kelsey. So look for his shares to go up. That's somebody who's available in most leagues also. Moving on along, moving to the tight ends, man. I know tight ends been a tough position this year because it ain't been a lot of good days with these tight ends, man. And a lot of them ain't really getting the points that you think, that they should be getting. But hopefully, a couple of these tight ends probably will help you, especially if they got a bye week or if you're just looking for somebody to replace somebody. Right now with Tampa, you got Cade Otton. He's had 8 targets in the past. He's had a total of 8 targets in the past 2 games and with 6 receptions, man. So he's starting to get the target. So that's somebody that you can get. K Otten, he probably could get you a good maybe, 10 points, for your tight end. You get you something. Next person is the Saints tight end, Jawan Johnson. He most definitely will get more targets, especially with Taysom Hill going to be out with that abdominal injury. He's going to be out for a couple of weeks. So look for Jawan Johnson to start being more involved in the offense and get more targets. And a matter of fact, he's another one of my players that's the tighten up player of the week, man. Jawan Johnson, because he's got a good matchup going against the Chiefs this week, and the Chiefs they are struggling this year against covering tight ends. So Jawan Johnson, if he's available, he's a good tight end for you to pick up. And like I said, he has a very good matchup this week against the Chiefs. I'm sorry. Last person I want to tell you is the Packers tight end Tucker Craft. This past game against the Vikings, man, he had like 9 targets for 6 receptions in that game, man. So his target shares have went up also. So that's somebody else you can look at in your leagues to try to pick up to help you out in the tight end position, man. Moving along, we're gonna go to the defenses. As far as the defenses, man, the defenses that they got left, because I'm pretty sure everybody done snatched up all the good fucking defenses in your league. But I got one that'll probably help you out if your defense or if your team on a bye week or you're just looking for somebody to try to get you a little bit better. The Raiders got a match up against the Denver Broncos this week, which that's a division game, and the Broncos offense ain't really been hitting on shit this year with Bo Nix. So the Raiders, that's somebody you could pick up. They got a pretty good matchup against Denver. They don't really put up a lot of points like that. So the Raiders will be a good defense, to pick up this week, man. And last but not least, man, we want to get into some players that you probably, if they're on your team, you need to fucking drop them because they ain't doing shit, not a goddamn thing. First person is Ezekiel Elliott, man. That boy there, man. He washed up, man. He ain't really doing shit with the Cowboys. So if you got Ezekiel Elliott in your lineup, shame on you, goddamn it, shame on you, because that boy ain't doing a goddamn thing. You better sit his ass down, hold that goddamn clipboard, Elliott. Another person is wide receiver Jahan Dotson. I know some of y'all probably picked him up, looking for him to probably had did some of these past, 2 weeks with AJ Brown, Devontae Smith hurt, but he didn't really do anything with those guys hurt. And they got a bye week this week, and coming off the bye week, they say both receivers are coming back. So if you got Jahan Dotson, you most definitely need to drop his ass. Next person is Christian Watson. Like I told you, he got an injury. He's gonna be out for a couple of weeks, and even when he's played, he ain't really did too much anyway. So that's another person you need to drop. Jalen Naylor, receiver with the Minnesota Vikings. You most definitely need to drop him because Jordan Addison came back last game and he had a good game. So Jalen Naylor, he's not going to get much target, with Jordan Addison coming back and playing. So he's the guy you need to drop. Blake Corum, the running back for the Rams. If you got him, I don't know. You might want to sit on him just in case the running back, Kevin Williams, get hurt with the Rams. If you got if you're able to sit on him, you can. But if not, man, he just taking up space, man. You can drop his ass. You probably, if Kevin Williams get hurt, I'm pretty sure you probably still could scoop his ass up. So he's somebody else you need to drop off your team. And last person is Gabe Davis, receiver with the Jaguars, man. He's not really doing anything with the Jaguars as far as his targets or anything, man. He's not doing too much, and so that's another player you need to drop. And that's it, man. That's pretty much it, man. Those are my guys to try to help you in your fantasy leagues as far as trying to pick up on the waiver wire this week. And hopefully that help you out, to help you with your team, man. And shit, this your boy Big Tight. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe if y'all like, my content. And I'll be putting out more content as far as your starting sit with receivers, quarterbacks, and things like that, man. So I appreciate y'all if y'all were listening. And y'all have a good one, man. Shit. And like I always say, tighten your ass up, baby. Let's do it.